Do I have 30 acres of land in Mienga? I saw an opportunity, I grabbed onto it, and the rest is history. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? My name is Pelly Penina Nampanga. I am an actress and I'm also a content creator, but mainly an actress. My journey and how I got to choose acting as my career journey. I think I've always known, and I guess my parents have also always known, that I was meant to be in the creative arts industry. From such a young age, I was always, I was into drama, music, dance, all that, all the way to high school. And when I was done with high school, when I just joined uni at MOBS, I went for an audition with Yebonis. So I go for that audition with Yebonis and they give me a role. It was a theater show. Now, mind you, I thought this was supposed to be, it's something on the side. I'll do it over the weekend or probably after lectures in the evening. It became a full-time thing. I found myself loving theater. I found myself loving arts more than I thought I did. Do you understand? Because I thought it was just something you can just do on the side as you're doing something else professionally. I ended up becoming a professional actor, and here I am. So how do I get cast on Sanya Set? So I'm on Instagram scrolling, and I land on it was an audition call from Savannah Moon Productions, which is Nana Kaga's production house, yeah. So I see an audition, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna try this out. I knew who Nana Kaga was. We had never met, but I knew, of course, she's Nana. So I said, yeah, I need to be on this project. I go for the audition, and thankfully I get cast. I get a role to play a 17-year-old. Mind you, I was 23 at the time. I'm like, how am I gonna play a 17-year-old? I don't remember being 17 anymore. But we made it work somehow. And it was on that set that I met someone called Emmanuel Atire. He was playing Cedric in Sanyu. We became friends. And before you know it, he introduced me to the casting director. And yeah, that's how I ended up on Sanyu. And that is how I ended up making all these connections and getting cast in all these different roles and films. Acting on Sanyu was sort of a dream come true. It had all these characters that I've always wanted to work with. It had Abe Muchibi, Leila Kalanzi. It had so many talented actors that I've grown up watching. So when I was cast, I was like, no way, this is the real. This can't be real. It's a dream, right? And all these people were so welcoming and warm, and man, those are my people. All those connections from Sanyu. I love you guys. I don't think I have faced any big challenges in the film industry yet. You know, they could be coming. They could be just on my back. But I haven't faced any big hardship that you can't really overcome. Besides, obviously struggling with understanding your character, but there's so many people around you that can help you do that. You can also do your own research and, figure out those things. But for me, it has been a very good journey. It has been a very good journey. I don't have a story that, I don't have that from grass to grace kind of story, just like many actors in Uganda. I saw an opportunity, I grabbed onto it, and the rest is history. Do I have 30 acres of land in Mienga? No, I don't, but hopefully I will very soon, because our industry in Uganda is growing bigger and bigger, and we're getting, you can actually stand up and say, I'm an actor, and you feel proud being an actor. Before, when I was with my parents and you told them, oh, I want to be an actor, they would look at you like, obviously my parents are very supportive. Are they supportive? Or they just don't mind? They just don't mind. Whatever I want to do, I do. So back then, every time you'd say, oh, I'm an actor, people would look at you like, you're not serious with life. But now I can stand and say I'm an actor, and yeah, I feel proud because it pays the bills. It does pay the bills. Life is not bad. But my biggest achievement, I can say, is social capital. I've met some very interesting people. I don't know if I can wake up one morning and say, oh, I want to do a project and fail to get an actor or fail to get a DOP or fail to get, and not without money, you understand? I think that is the best thing you can achieve. If you haven't watched any of my work, I have so many films out there. First of all, Jua Kali. If you haven't watched Jua Kali, you're missing out. You should watch it. You can go on YouTube. It's on YouTube, and just search up Nasky, Nersky, and you get to see that short film. It's amazing. It's wonderful. There's a lot to in store besides Jua Kali. I have a feature film that's yet to come out. It's called Killer Music. It has Kenyan actors, Rwandan actors, and Ugandan actors. So it's an East African film. It's a very beautiful film. I know you're gonna enjoy it. I have so many films out there. I have Christmas Together, which is a Christmas film. I have Sabotage. I have Maria. And for Maria, I don't know, it has a special place in my heart. It is the film that got me my first nomination and my first award as Best Actress. How far am I seeing the movie industry in Uganda going? Oh my days, I think we have done so well. I think we have really, really done well for ourselves. Our movies are not the same movies that we used to produce 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We used to have very good stories, but with, probably a poor picture quality, probably poor sound. But now our producers have stepped up their game. Everything is on point. You look at the cinematography, you look at the picture quality, you look at the sound design, and you're like, oh, is this really Ugandan? You understand? So, case in point, Jua Kali, when you look at it, the cinematography, the sound, the actors themselves, you're like, oh, is this a Ugandan film? That's why it doesn't seem like, it doesn't give off a Ugandan feel. You understand? It's giving Hollywood. Back then, would aspire to go to Hollywood, but now I feel like Hollywood should come to us because we're doing great. We are putting in the work. We don't need to go. They need to find us here. And I think that is how far we have grown as an industry. I personally do think that talent export is a good thing for the industry and for the individuals themselves. Also, we have seen different productions between Kenya and Uganda. I think as the East African community, we need to do that more. We need to see our Ugandan actors acting in Kenya, Kenyan actors working in Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, all around. Because I do believe when you go to a different country, you learn something new and then you bring it back to your country. I have friends of mine who are on a recent production with the Kenyans, and they carried knowledge back home. They carried knowledge back home that we could really use. You understand? So I think that's what we get from talent export, knowledge. How do I, as an actor, avoid being a typecast? I mean, it's easy. I don't want to be in the same place I was last year. I don't want to do a role that I have done before. Okay, I could do it again, but I love working with, versatility. I don't want to be a maid in this series and then I'm still cast as a maid in the other series. So I'll just turn down that job and wait for a job that serves me right or suits my, my desires. It's so easy. You don't have to do everything that comes your way. No, you don't have to. You have a choice. And for anyone out there, my fellow women, men, youth, students, everyone out there who wants to pursue a career in film, just go for it. Just go for it. And you don't have to just be an actor. You could be so much more. You could be a writer, you could be an editor, you could be a producer, you could become a director, you could become this. Like I said, the movie industry, the film industry employs so many people. There's a lot for you to do. And you don't have to think, it's not a paying job. No, please, this is a career. This is a career. You can take it on as a career and you can do it.